So you thought down payment was the only money you had to bring? Well, there's a little bit more, and we'll explain it starting now. Hi, welcome back to another Coffee with Coleman, where we love to discuss Washington, D.C., business, real estate, all that good stuff. My name is John Coleman, and I'm a real estate agent here in Washington, D.C. with the Jason Martin Group over on Capitol Hill. Today we're going to talk a little bit about closing costs. Everyone always hears about down payment and all that kind of stuff, but no one ever talks about closing costs. So I figured we could fill you in exactly what you can expect. In DC, that usually ranges to about 2 to 3% of the sales price, which is obviously a lot. So you're probably wondering, well, where's all this money going? Well, it's going to 4 main spots. First is taxes. DC loves to tax you whether you're buying or selling real estate. And I actually have another video that you can watch that'll help you calculate exactly what that looks like. However, for the purposes of today, we'll just say that it's typically between 1.1% and 1.45%. However, if you're a first-time buyer, we actually know some ways to get that reduced down to 0.725%. So don't be afraid. If you're a first-time buyer, let's save you some cash and get you down to that rate instead of the higher ones. Next, you have fees from lenders. Lenders are gonna have fees that range from origination fees, paperwork processing fees. They're gonna be the ones that help charge us for the appraisal. All in all, there's a number of things that they need to have money in order to process your loan. Next, we have fees from the title company. The title company is essentially the attorney that's overseeing the transaction. Again, they don't represent a single party. So they don't represent the buyer, they don't represent the seller, but they represent the transaction as a whole. And so they have a number of fees that are associated with them to help get the process through as well. These include title search, title insurance. They're going to do a survey of the property to make sure that they know all of the lot lines. And this is all important stuff because you want to make sure you know exactly what you own and that there's no encumbrances or liens or issues from the past that can inhibit your ability to own the property fully. Lastly, there are realtor fees. For buyers, the commissions are usually paid for by the seller, so I don't want to be shocking here. However, real estate offices usually do charge some type of administration fee. It's usually between somewhere like $300 to $500, and this goes towards whatever the brokerage associates it necessary for. But usually keep the lights on, make sure that you can make videos, maybe keep getting coffee, but just there's one set of fees that you need to know about from a real estate agent. All right, so that's all 4. There's nothing worse than surprises when you're going through a real estate transaction. So what I typically recommend is make sure that you sit down with a lender and go over all the costs associated with your specific transaction to ensure that there's no surprises later on. When someone finds out that they have to pay a whole bunch more money, that's when usually things don't go as well, and that's what we like to avoid. So that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and subscribe. I like to put out content weekly about all things DC and real estate and all that good stuff to make sure that you know exactly what's going on in our community and to help people learning how to buy to do it right. Thanks again for stopping by another Coffee with Coleman. Peace.